Hey friends, it's Caleigh Bird. Welcome back to my channel. You know I'm always thrilled to have you. So today I have got part 2 from my portrait drawing series, and I think you guys are gonna like this. We are gonna do the lips today. We will do from the front, we will do 3/4 view, and we will do side view. That way you can get as much as you can out of this and you'll be able to draw actual realistic looking faces whenever you draw your portraits. I hope you guys get as much out of this as you did from the video 2 weeks ago drawing noses. I got so many people here on YouTube as well as on Instagram and even on Facebook a little, and I don't tend to get a lot of Facebook comments, but everybody was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I have been needing this. I have been stumped, yada, yada, yada. So like I said before, if you didn't catch it then, I am doing a 5-part series. We got noses, we got lips, we got eyes, we got ears, and then we are gonna put it all together and how we put it on a head. So make sure you pop that subscribe button so that you will know how to draw portraits like a pro in no time. I got it coming out every other week. Oh, and while you're down below, check out the blog post, sign up for that, and we can get all the videos dropped right into your inbox. Thank you for being here, guys. I hope you learned so much. For today's demo, I've got a 2B pencil because I find it shows up better on the tone paper. I have got a woodless 2B pencil for blending. I've got a white Conte pencil. And then I've got my Mono Zero eraser, my map eraser, and my kneaded eraser. Okay, so remember we started off with a series of circles for the nose, but today we are going to start off with a series of V's for the lips. So basically you want to think about the lips as a series of V or M shapes, not straight lines. So very basically, this will be the bottom of the top lip where it meets the top of the bottom lip. That's a little confusing. And that is the top of the top lip. There's a little crevice, a little V, okay? And then the bottom lip is sort of a softer one, all right? This is kind of how a mouth meets in the middle, all right? So then you'll have these off to the side and your bottom lip, and this is how the top one meets. Usually the bottom can be a little bit wider, sometimes the top kind of comes in, but you get that's the basic shape of a front ways mouth, right? Now, we don't want anything to look that harsh, and usually it's not quite as stark lines like that. So when I am drawing a mouth, it's more like this for the middle. Okay, so you still got that V, but it's very soft, right? And then the secret is you actually do not want to have these lines. You actually don't want those lines. Now, if you notice a lip, it does not actually have harsh lines that go on it. What you want to do is kind of imagine them. So imagine where they would be, but what you actually want to do is just shade the top of the lip. Okay, now we're going to talk about why this top lip is basically always shaded in one of the follow-up segments where we talk about the lips from the side, but basically the top of the lip is always facing down slightly and the bottom of the lip is slightly facing up, okay? So your top of the lip is gonna wanna be shaded. Yes, it'll be a little bit more shaded down on the bottom. You can kind of accentuate, let me get my better shader here. You can kind of accentuate the roundness of it, all right? And then the bottom, the top of the bottom lip is usually quite bright. So you might show sort of your lip kind of creases, but then you're mostly going to have just shading sort of underneath the lip, showing that it's hanging over and it's casting a little shadow. Now the bottom lip will have a bit of shadow around the edges, of course, because it does start to turn down a little bit. But your top lip is going to be the one that is most shaded. Okay, so let me go ahead and work this in a little bit more so it looks a little nicer. And think about having just a little bit of sort of spaces in here. You know, the lips might not be pursed all the way, so give it a little bit of give it a little room so it doesn't seem too harsh. right? And then, of course, I would go in with my highlight, making it the brightest part, okay, as the lip swells. And then you're even going to get a touch of highlight above where the lip breaks on the top. And the reason being because this is sort of the lip of the lip, if that makes sense. So you would get a little bit of highlight up in here, up on the sides. You would also get a touch of highlight right here, believe it or not, on the sides. Slightly where the lip is just kind of starting to go up under there, okay? And here we go, a fairly believable set of lips. So I feel like the side of the mouth can be a bit more complicated than the front. Now, first, you want to think about that V. You still have that V, but instead of the V being underneath both of the lips, you need to think about it as being underneath and in front of the top lip, okay? And then you've got a V for your bottom lip as well. It's going to come down, around, and then where the V meets the side of the face is going to come over here. So this is just a general outline of what a face looks like, or I should say a mouth looks like from the side. But normally it's going to be somewhere along this area. So you'll have your top lip, that V, but this is now the front. And then remember the top lip V, but this is only half of it, right? There it comes down. Here's your bottom lip. So normally that rounded part will be right there. But now your rounded part is kind of over here. It's down a little bit. The pucker of the bottom lip goes out, and then you come down around and you're back down again. And then normally there is a small space in between the bottom of the lip and where the chin begins, okay? So here is a very basic outline of how your mouth will look from the side, right? And then you can give it a bit of a smile or whatever. So keep those components in mind, right? That's the nostril, top of the lip. I think that's pretty clear. So what you want to do is kind of give it sort of a friendly start. So I like to give it just a little bit. I'm starting up under the top of the lip again. So giving it a nice soft, and then a bit more of a soft gradual decline to the corner of the mouth. And then the top of the lip, again, I would do shading rather than outlining. So I'll come in, find my top of the lip, make it a bit dark. Right? Now you can sort of outline the outline of it a little if you want, just to kind of go along with everything else. That's fine. So I've got my nose, I think I brought my nostril a little far there. There we go, okay. So there's the top of the lip. Now the bottom of the lip, we come out and around. Nice plump one, right? Nice plump. And then your chin coming down here. Of course, this is just one way of drawing lips. You know me, I love drawing and celebrating people from all over the world, and people look all kinds of different. But this is sort of a normal way. And you know what? I'm actually gonna bring this in a little bit because honestly, the top of the lip usually is a little bit farther over than the bottom of the lip. So this is actually a bit more accurate. There we go. Like this. So you notice this? It's a line. It's not a this is a perfect vertical line. This is how you want your lips to be. So you have a little bit of an incline there where the bottom meets, okay? All right, and as per usual, I'm gonna come in, give a nice round smacking of white right there. A little bit of, there we go. Oh, I feel like that went a little too far. No, this is a profile view, not 3/4. Let's get that back a little bit. There we go. There we go, that's a little better. Gotta watch that. That little tiny millimeter can really make a difference on to whether it looks to the side as a 45-degree view or as a 3/4 view. Right? And there we go. There is one set of lips from the side. So juicy. We've got the same V shape that the front view had, the little V on top and the softer V on the bottom. However, it is going to be a much shorter on one side and much longer on the other, and that is how we're going to show our angle. So everything is going to be shortened, tightened on this side, lengthened on this side, right? So that is the general simple shape of how your mouth is going to look. Of course, we want to do that much softer. So what I would do is come in, kind of be a little bit rounder, a little bit softer. And that would be sort of my connect right here, right? And then again, we are going to just shade the top lip. You don't need any harsh lines. So we'll figure out where that top lip belongs. And we'll just sort of shade along where that is. Right? Have a little bit of differentiation in there. So you've got some, I would have this area farther away, a little bit darker, right? And then you've got a nice round part of the lip. You can accentuate that a little bit. And still got the creases on the top of the lip. I'm not sure exactly what that is called. I don't know. But they're just not hyper outlined and defined. Okay? So there's your top of your lip. And now, again, remember, the bottom is going to be shaded slightly underneath just because lips protrude a bit, right? So we can give that a little bit of shade. And then, again, this will be a little bit darker because it's receding. And we'll give it just a little shade under here. And go back in and give it a little bit more of an outline there because normally I won't be meeting anything else if you want, but I would not outline it all the way around. Once you're feeling very good about it, you know me, I'll go in, add in my brightest highlights. over on that side and let him really pop on this side. Once again, you may have a little bit of light in the corner and a little bit of light hitting that top, just above where the lip is. That's what I was missing. You need to, don't forget that there is a little corner that you'll always be able to see. It's just going to be off center a bit. There we are. And then we've got a 3/4 view mouth. Thanks for being here, guys. I hope you learned so much. Make sure you pop that subscribe button so you see the rest of the Drawing Portraits Realistically series. See you next time.